So I went to the Salvation Army with no money and nowhere to go, and almost half blind.
I was working 2 really good jobs, had my own place, had my own car, and basically lost everything.
I was living in Canton, and I was living with on this property with this lady that she gave me, let me stay in her camper, and all of a sudden they moved her to a nursing home, and the family, they sold the property, so I had to go somewhere. I'm totally blind in my left eye, still am. I can't do nothing for that, but my right eye, it was pretty bad where I couldn't even see hardly anything. I couldn't see across the street even. So I went to the Salvation Army with no money and nowhere to go, and almost half blind.
When he first came into the lodge, he couldn't really get around, and he was just concerned about how everything was going to work out.
Man was over the lodging over there, Mr. Bernard. He told me I ought to come over here at Booth Apartments and sign up and see if I couldn't get in here. Well, I did that, and I was accepted.
When we went over to sign his lease, just to see his face, the way it just sparkled, him getting the keys, he was very nervous and anxious, and we went into the apartment. At that time, his eyesight wasn't back yet, and so every time he looked around the apartment, he would look really, really close, and we would point to him, here's the light, and so he would touch it. And I told him, I said, Troy, look at your keys. I said, this is basically your life changed. I said, you're not going to be at a shelter anymore. You're going to have your own home. And he was excited. He was excited. He was very happy about it.
I haven't been from for about the last couple of years, but it started getting real bad about 6 months ago. They gave me a caseworker at the Salvation Army in Roxelle, and she got me in touch with some organization that got it fixed.
Troy was blind, and now he can see, so it's very exciting to see him be able to move around and not have to look at stuff very closely.
I get up, and I usually walk to the store every day. Now that I got my eyes fixed where I can see and get there, I walk out of the store, come out here and visit some people out front and everything, then I go back in.
I try to at least go visit once a month and see how he's doing. And all he tells me is, I'm home watching TV. And so he's enjoying his retirement. He's enjoying his life now.
I think it was probably like 2006, 2007 is when I moved back here. Met a guy that I thought was, pretty decent. And I was probably about 7 months pregnant, like the first time he kind of showed his true colors. And after that, everything just kind of came crashing down. I was working 2 really good jobs, had my own place, had my own car, and basically lost everything. A really good friend of mine took my girls, and both of them witnessed a lot of the abuse. My youngest that just walked out, she cried a lot the first year of her life. Just constantly cried. When a man would come around, if she seen people wrestling or anything like that, and she couldn't tell the difference, of course, because she was, in her first year.
When I first heard her story, it broke my heart. It really did, because I just thought about, okay, you're gonna have to leave your kids. You left your kids, So my main goal with her was just getting her sustainable and being able to make sure she was always focused on what she needed.
June 2nd is when I pulled into this parking lot and checked in crying, and Reese was at the front desk, and she said everything's gonna be okay. And in my mind, I was like, woman, you are crazy. I don't have my kids. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I called my friend and I said, pack the girls a couple days of clothes. You know, I know it's short notice, but I'm on my way to get them. I would say the first month was rough, really rough. You know, getting used to the structure of it. You know, I'm used to eating whenever I want. And here, you know, meals were at a certain time. You had to be in by 8, you know, and things like that. And it's taught me, there's a lot of responsibility.
She's more confident about herself now. I don't feel like she has to depend on people anymore. I feel like she's learned how to do it on her own. That
person I used to be when I was growing up. And, you know, from 2002 to 2013, I don't know where that person was. You know, when I came here and had been here for a while, was trying to find strength within myself to survive, to make it, I found that person again.
I struggle every morning coming to work because there are a lot of clients who you wish you can do something for them, but they don't desire it for themselves. And that's very frustrating. But what motivates me is the Keith, the Glorias, the Troys, the Waynes. Those are the ones that motivate me. It's because of them that I'm here. It's because I know that even though 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10, you know, it's worth it. It's worth the struggle. It's worth the work, because when you see them pack their things up and get their apartment keys or, you know, be successful, it's worth it. We're hope. We're a huge hope for the clients. Many times I ask myself, like, how did they end up here? You know, what happened? It can be any one of us that can go through that. And what's amazing to know is that there's hope. That's what I see as the center of hope.
Please don't forget to volunteer.
Please don't forget the single moms.
Please don't forget our seniors.
Please don't forget me.
Please don't forget the hungry.
Please don't forget 1 John 3:17.
Please don't forget there's hope.